Hey guys, this is Mr. H. I am going to do question number 5 from August 2022, and then I'm going to post it. All right, so basically it says if we have the point k, comma -5, if this point lies on the line whose equation is 3x plus y equals 7, then the value of k is one of these things. Now, this is in a little different format than you normally see it, but basically what they're saying is if we have this linear equation right here, 3x plus y equals 7, and if this point is on that line and we know that the y coordinate or the output is a -5, they want us to find the input that gives us a -5. So I'm going to do this two ways. I'm going to graph it, and I'm going to show you how you could graph it and find it. And then I'm also going to show you how you can store. In fact, I'm going to show you that first. So we've got this equation right here, 3x plus y equals 7. It's an equation. Now, we can't use the insolve or the insolve on this because right now we have an x and a y. Now, if we take this -5 and store it in for y, then we can use insolve, and then we would be all good. In fact, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do this 3 ways. And you choose the way that you like them, which way makes the most sense to you. All right, so let me go get the calculator. So I'm going to go to the calculate screen. First thing I'm going to do is I am going to use the insolve way. So first thing, they tell us that the y value is a -5. So I'm going to take a -5 and I'm going to store that into y. Bam. And then I'm going to go to menu and I'm going to do algebra numerical solve. So I'm just going to put the equation in. It's going to be 3x plus y equals 7. And then I have to tell it which variable I'm trying to solve. And I am trying to solve for the x variable, right? So now if I press enter, bam, it tells me that x has to be 4. Now, the reason that I can use this, even though it has 2 variables, x and y, is that I stored a number into y. So basically, this is no longer a variable because I put a -5 in place of y. Now, watch this. I'm going to do menu 14. I'm going to get rid of all of this stuff. Now, so basically what I just did is all of the numbers that were stored, I got rid of them. So now if I go up here and I copy insolve and I try to do this, it's going to say, hey, you haven't defined all of your variables. And that's right, because I basically cleared out. So basically this x and the y are both variables now. And it's saying, you got to tell me what should be in the y. And so I'm just going to go back up here and copy this. And now I've stored -5. And if I go back up here and copy this, now it goes back. So the answer for this question is 4. So you can do that. The answer is 4. Now, I'm going to show you another way that you can do this. It's kind of similar. So I'm going to do menu 15, and I get rid of this. So basically what I'm going to do is I am going to store a -5 for y, -5 store into y, because I know that's the value of y. And then I'm just going to use the answer choices. I'm going to use the answer choices here because they're telling me that k has to be one of these. So I'm just going to try each one of them and see which one gives me a true statement. We know the answer is 4, but I'm going to do a -8 first. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to do a -8 and I'm going to store that into x because that's the x value. And then we're just going to do 3x plus y equals 7. Now, if -8 is the right answer, we should get a true statement. And of course we don't, because we know it's not right. Now, then what I could do is I could go to the next one and choose a -4, keep going, but I'm going to choose 4. So I'm going to go 4, and I'm going to store that into X. Oops, I'm trying to do that. 4, control store, come on. 4, control store into X, press enter. And now I'm just going to go up here and copy this. If that's right, I should get true, and I do. So that means 4 is actually the answer for this. Now I'm going to show you one more way that you can do this. So in this case, I'm going to go to the graph. Now we don't have a function because they didn't give us a function. But what we can do is we can change this to relation menu. And then we can key in 3x plus y equals 7. Press enter. Now that's what it looks like. Now, when you use relation, you don't have access to the table. But what we are going to do is we're just going to try each one of these numbers as inputs, and we're going to see what we get. So I'm going to do menu 51. And now what I'm going to do, it tells us that the y-intercept is 7, by the way, which is good to know sometimes. So we're just going to say, okay, if the input is a -8, so I just type in a -8, it tells me that the output is a -31. And that's not what we want. We want when the input is put in, we should get a -5. So let's go to the next one. We're going to go a -4, try that one as input, and it says that's going to be 19. That's not right. If we put in the next choice, 22, where it tells us that that's a -59. And now let's try the last one. It says when x is 4, it tells us that the y value is a -5, and that's what we're looking for. We're looking for that y value. Now, so you could use that. Now, here's one more way that you could do it. Since they told us that the output was a -5, we could go back in and do tab, and we can say y equals, let's say y equals a -5, and just press enter. Boom. And right here, let me grab right here, this value right here, this is our answer. Where these two, where the line and the output equal or intersect is our answer. Now you can use the calculator, menu 64, and we just drag it, and it tells us that the intersection occurs at 4 and -5. So again, here's another way that we could do it. So there's basically a bunch of ways that you can answer this question. You just have to be, you have to be creative, you have to be persistent, but there's a multitude of ways to do this. So I probably did overkill here, but I just wanted to show you that these questions there's a bunch of ways that y'all can do it. There's so much on the calculator that you can use. So let me sign off and post this one.